Hey everybody, Thomas Vanderkin here from the Vanderkinverse. Back again today. It's a Windows 10 versus a Windows 11 shootout on my ThinkPad P1 Gen 1. Okay, so I've got a few laptops. They're asking me to upgrade to Windows 11. I thought, hey, let's check out what the performance is of Windows 10 versus Windows 11. So here we go. So I've got this ThinkPad P1 here. Here's the specs. I'll put it up here on the screen so you can see it. It's a P1 Gen 1 Intel 8750H, 8 gig of memory, 6 cores. I have it set to medium in the slider for performance, and I ran all the updates both through Windows Update and the Lenovo Vantage update tool. So let's go ahead, run the benchmarks, see what we get, and then we'll write it down on our sheet, and then we'll upgrade to Windows 11, come back and run them again and see what we get. Just as a reference, this is my own ThinkPad P1. This is what I use to edit all my videos, so it'll be interesting to see how this performs, and I look forward to using it once I get it on Windows 11. It takes about a minute to run these tests. We'll let it finish. This one has the Intel 8750H, which is the workstation class processor. It only has 8 gig of memory, but it does have a graphics card in it, which should help the graphics score a little bit when it finishes. One thing I like about it is that on the ports, it has a SD card slot, and that's what I use from this camera to edit the videos. Also, you know, with the graphics card, it gives me a little bit better performance because I'm always compiling new videos. I have started to use Windows 11 a little bit on my X1 Fold. Works great. I'm really delighted with the improvements and see no reason why I won't also enjoy Windows 11 on this one. So, okay, so it just finished. Let's see, what do we got? Let me go ahead and write these down. So total score is a 2187. The CPU score was a 1270. The RAM score was 190. The GPU score was a 58582. And the disk score 165. Okay, so I transposed all those down to my high-tech sheet here. We'll run it through Windows 11 and we'll come back and we'll see what we get. Okay, we're back. Windows 11 on the 4-year-old ThinkPad P1 Gen 1. Let's start the Novabench test. Take a look at the scores. So, let's see, we ended up last time at a 2187 on Windows 10. We'll see what we get on this one. What's interesting is I had another machine to update, and it did not specifically call out in the Windows Update to start the Windows 11 process. This one did. The one that didn't include it, I had to go to the Microsoft Windows 11 website, manually start the process and kick it off. That went much faster. What's interesting is this one specifically called out in the Windows Update. It was ready for Windows 11. Just had to say start the process. Was really slow. And then on top of that, it failed the first time. So came back through, had to run it again, and it worked fine that time. So it's just finishing this test. You see it's getting 60 frames a second on this one. Of course, that's because it's got the built-in graphics card, which makes it run a lot faster. That NVIDIA Quadro P1000 there. So that's, of course, going to be better. But let's see how it did in the final results. So the score to beat was a 2187 from Windows 10, and we ended up at a 2168. So just dropped down a little bit, I guess 19 there. So let's see where we lost those points. So the overall score was a 2168. The CPU score was a 1241. The GPU score was a 567, RAM 175, and disk was a 185. So we lost quite a bit in the CPU going to Windows 11. That's interesting, down from 70 to 1270 to 1241. Lost a little bit on the GPU, lost a little bit on the RAM, gained a lot on the disk score. That's interesting. I wonder why the disk score went up so much with Windows 11 when everything else went down a little bit. But anyway, I've had a lot of time to test Windows 11 over the last couple months with my X1 Fold, and I love it. So no regrets. I wouldn't think that this slight drop in performance would affect anything in your day-to-day work. And Windows 11 definitely brings a lot more productivity. So, but it's an interesting data point. A 4-year-old ThinkPad P1 workstation class laptop on Windows 10 and Windows 11. Thanks, everybody. Subscribe to my channel, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. Okay, everybody. Big update. Just as I was about to release the video, I saw on my ThinkPad P1 there was a bunch of updates from Microsoft and Intel. So let's look at this. New score is 2203, and the CPU score is 1276. So look at the change from December 6th. New score 2203, and new CPU score 1276. So big update. Big change. Now actually leapfrogged the Windows 10 score with that big CPU upgrade. So whatever driver Microsoft or Intel released over the weekend made the difference and put Windows 11 back on top.